Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In this video I will show you the 3 effective teams in Ultra Premier League with the main common denominator of this team being Galarian Stunfisk. So when I was lucky enough to do a lucky trade, which usually ends up being quite bad for me, but I ended up getting a Hundo Galarian Stunfisk in a lucky trade, and ever since I got that was around when XL got introduced. I've been focusing solely on getting candies for Stunfisk. So the way I did it is I've been focusing on hatching only 7k eggs. So by the time the charge up event came around, I had around 130 XL Stunfisk candies. And when the chargers event came around, and also the guaranteed XL from Unova Stunfisk got introduced when in season 7, it became quite easy for me to get enough candies to get Stunfisk. So once I have made the Stunfisk, I was struggling to find teams for it, which, because I've used Stunfisk in Great League, and the Earthquake does a lot more in the Great League than in Ultra League. In Ultra League, the Earthquake doesn't quite one-shot quite a lot of the things. So I was finding I was struggling to find a team for it, especially because I was trying to make it work with Umbreon, and both being weak to counter users like Obstagoon and Machamp wasn't a good thing for me. So let's have a look at these battles, and then you will be able to see that I've managed to build 3 teams basically surrounding Stunfisk and using Stunfisk as a closer. So let's have a look at these battles and see how it performs. Alright, first battle, it's Shadow Dragonite against Venusaur, which is a very, very good lead for me. So here what I do is I'll try to get as much energy, and I'll have to shield because his Sludge Bomb will take me out or come very close to taking me out. I throw the second Dragon Claw, and then the shield as well. So here I'm thinking they're probably gonna throw the Sludge Bomb again to take me out, so I will shield, and here I can safely farm down. But they comes with their own Kingdra, and because I have good IV on my Shadow Dragonite, it doesn't actually fall down, so I managed to stay. But it's actually quite bad for me because they come in with a Charizard, which is effectively can take out both my Empoleon and my Stunfisk. So here comes the first, now the shields are down, here comes the first Blast Burn. I switch without even thinking how much it's gonna do, hoping to get to Rock Slide before, but I think it's CMP tie, and then I take a Blast Burn, and that is one of the reasons to why Stunfisk is so good. It takes a super effective Blast Burn from Charizard and still lives, and then even then it still lives enough to throw a Rock Slide to take the Venusaur out. So you can see the bulk of this thing. It's absolutely, it's not as bulky as Umbreon, but it will be a very close second to it. Especially like taking hit, it can take multiple hits very easily. So again, somewhat of a neutral lead with Dragonite against Snorlax. If the Snorlax is running Outrage, it actually can win this match, but I don't know what it's gonna run, so I'm gonna go for the Dragon Claw. I'll throw the Galarian Claw, and the Dragon Breath is chunking. In comes a Body Slam, and the Body Slam, they come in with their Alolan Ninetales, and this is where I switch to my Empoleon. I think Galarian Stunfisk would have been better, but either way it doesn't matter. It's still Steel type, and Weather Ball is actually resisted, so actually double resisted, so it actually is better to come in with Empoleon. Dazzling Gleam comes through, doesn't quite take me out, but that's actually quite good. It doesn't give enough, because I don't have much health, it doesn't give enough health to be farmed. I mistakenly throw Hydro Cannon, should be going Drill Peck here, it doesn't matter. So here I think about it and I come in with the Stunfisk, and you can see the Stunfisk can take the Dragon Breaths are actually doing absolutely nothing. You can see it's like it got to an Octazooka. I can tank at Octazooka very easily, and I get the debuff, and which is quite bad. I throw the Earthquake, and then the shield, and this is where I come in quickly, switch, and then throw the Dragon Claw. I think they were still switch locked at that point, or they were just not quick enough to move, to switch. So I will shield here because I'm so close to another Dragon Claw. I throw the Dragon Claw at 1 HP and Dream, and it takes the Snorlax out. And because the Kingdra is so low, it doesn't matter, it can just mud shot it down. So you can see, it's just because you have Stunfisk doesn't mean that you win the matches. You still have to play around, you still have to strategize, but its bulk can come in very handy. In comes Snorlax again, so I will play the matchup again the same way. I will throw Dragon Claws and shield whatever they throw. Even Body Slam will hurt because it's a Shadow Dragonite. Shadow Dragonite is very squishy, so they build up quite a lot. I'm thinking it might be an outrage, so I shield, yep, and I throw a Dragon Claw, and in comes, I don't even know what it came, in comes a Tangrowth. And this is actually very good for me because by the time they throw a Rock Slide, I can just get another Dragon Claw. And now I don't think they will get to a second Rock Slide before I can completely farm it down. So knowing that they actually don't shield, they're 2 shield up with a Charmer in the back, which is unfortunate for them because I have 2 steel types. So I throw the first Hydro Cannon. I don't even charge fully because I know they'll get shielded. Snorlax comes in, and if it's a superpower, is bad because it will take me out, and it is, but it's not quite enough, which is good. And in comes Stunfisk, and you can see how dominating this match is. Like, Charms will not do nothing. Clefable against Stunfisk is probably one of the most dominating match. So I go straight for the Earthquake. They don't shield. I try to come and Dragon Breath it down just for fun, but it doesn't happen. That Charms goes through, takes the Dragonite out. Okay, on to the second team. So the second team is Sirfetch'd, Talonflame, and Stunfisk. So I get a horrible lead with Talonflame. So I shield. If it's Brave Bird, will one-shot. It's Flame Charge, but even though Flame Charge would still hurt a lot, so I go straight for the Brave Bird here. If they don't shield, we'll take them out. If they do shield, like they did, which is good, I can come in with my own Talonflame, and I go for the Brave Bird, and I think it's a CMP tie-in because my Talonflame is higher level than them, takes their Talonflame out, which is not good because the Empoleon can come in and completely farm me down. So the Empoleon at the moment is on on 6 waterfall, so they should have quite a lot of energy. So they're on now 4. So I throw the Leaf Blade, so that's 5 and 6. They should have been able to throw them, but I think they wanted to farm me down. That was their downfall, and now I can just throw the Leaf Blade, and in comes an Excadrill, and you can see they're basically the same type and same, same moves in a way, and Excadrill hits a lot harder, but you can see that even a drill run from Excadrill doesn't quite take me out. So an Earthquake on the other hand would take you out. I was tempted to see if Rock Slide would, because Excadrill is so glassy, but I wasn't brave enough, so I went straight for the Earthquake. It would be resisted, so I don't think it would have taken it out, so it's a good thing I went for the Earthquake. So yeah, you can see even with bad leads you can come back with this team. So here it's somewhat of a good lead, and I throw the Leaf Blade and they catch it on their Alolan Ninetales? No, on their Abomasnow, which is actually unfortunate for them because I have a Talonflame, which I can completely farm it down now. Which is actually okay, but this Weather Ball would actually have been taking me too low, so I do shield here, which was unfortunate because I didn't want it to shield. Switch advantage is good, but I would have liked to have the shield advantage because in comes Kingdra, and Flame Charge would be double resisted, so it's no point me going for that. I go for the Brave Bird and I land, and then here I'm gonna fake a Brave Bird to see if they're gonna shield or not, and they do shield, which is good for me. I get farmed down, but I take Kingdra very low. In comes Stunfisk, and Octodooka is coming in, and I get another debuff, and I'm like, oh, fine. But then I come in with Surf Edge. I know I can tank one move, so I do manage to tank one move. I have to shield here, and I get baited with an Ice Punch, which is not good as well. So as long as I can get the shield here, I have play, and I do get the shield. And they have to throw, or else I will be able to get to my Leaf Blade and take it out, which is good. They throw. And here I just have to make sure that I can get to an Earthquake, but it's a CMP tie, and it's probably going to be a Ice Punch because they didn't have enough energy. Go for Dynamic Punch. Dynamic Punch probably would have come to very close to KOing here, and I get to Rock Slide quicker than they get to the Octazooka, and because Kingdra was so low, the Rock Slide is enough to take it out. Match. This is the team 3, and this is the team which I'm kind of sticking. Is Machamp, Galvantula, and Stunfisk, and I safe swap into Galvantula because I lose the lead very hard on Gallade. In comes an Excalibur, which the counters actually don't do much, which is actually quite good for me. I have to shield because if it's a Drill Run or an Aerial Ace, will do quite a lot of damage. I throw the second lunge, and this is why I really like Galvantula, even in Great League. Every time you are either getting a shield, and if you are getting a shield, you're actually debuffing their opponent, so you can actually go into a shield deficit like here and actually completely farm down because the counters just was not doing enough. I have back-to-back lunge, which will do exactly the same thing which I said about debuffing Gallade, but they actually manages to snag 3 confusion in between those 3 moves, which is not ideal for me. I come in with Stunfisk, knowing that a close combat after being double debuff will not do that much damage. In comes a Ampharos. They thought they will be able to catch on the Rock Slide, but they didn't. I throw the Earthquake, which almost takes it out, gives me 1 extra Marcher to farm. I come in with the only reason I came in because if they went for close combat, at least Machamp would have been able to take it, and then Stunfisk will be able to sweep in the end. But they, knowingly that, they concede. On to the next match is Machamp against Dragonite. Another very horrible lead. The way I will play this out is I will bait with Cross Chop. I can see I'm almost over halfway down, and they're still in the green. I bait and I'm hoping for a shield. I do get the shield, so I go for the Rock Slide now. And again, because my Machamp happened to be a good IV, manages to survive and get the second shield. Here I can come in safely with Stunfisk, Dragonite, whatever Dragonite throws. Literally every single move is resisted, so it doesn't really matter. I don't overfarm here. I go straight for the Rock Slide. Hindsight, I should have farmed a little bit more, but it doesn't matter because sometimes they would have happened to catch on it. So in comes a Excalibur, and they have double steel in the back, which is very weak to Galvantula. Discharge almost takes the Empoleon out. They doesn't even know how to do a move. Here I will shield. Drill Run. I try to throw a Discharge, but they know that they don't have a chance of winning here because a Discharge and then a Rock Slide should have been from a Excalibur. From Stunfisk would have been enough to take it out. So on to the next match, and this is probably the last match. It's Venusaur against Machamp. Again, a really bad lead. In comes Galvantula as a safe swap. In comes Alolan Golem, and I know that I have a really good win condition here. Basically, my win condition here is not shielding Galvantula at all. Because no matter what this what you call it, this golem throws at my Stunfisk, I will be able to win. So here I come in with my Stunfisk. I don't switch out because I can farm, and Rock Slide or Wild Charge, no matter what it is, I should be able to get quite a lot of farm. So I have almost two Rock Slide, and so I go straight for the Earthquake because that would do more damage. Get the first shield, and here I am 2 shield up. They need to throw 3 they need to actually land 3 Frenzy Plan, so they know that there is no chance for them to win this game, so they concede. So yeah, I think that's about it. That's the, and then here you can see I went on a 4-1 set, which took me to 2400s, and I ended up getting another Stunfisk, which is not useful for me at all because I already have the XL candies. Once you get the XL candies, I mean, I guess unless if you want to really max out your Unova stun case, maybe go for it, but so the verdict on Galarian Stunfisk, really good, really enjoy using it. So I would say go ahead and build one if you can, because the event which is going on at the moment, which with the weather one, Stunfisk is spawning. A little tip I can give you is, if you keep the Stunfisk you caught, especially like the low CP one, the low level one, what you can then do is trade it with a friend, which is, as long as it's over 100 kilometer, you're guaranteed to get another XL candies. So if you manage to catch, like, I don't know, 20-30 of them throughout the event, that's 20-30 XL candies guaranteed if you just manage it. Depends, granted that you need someone to trade it with. Luckily I am lucky enough to have one of my friend who used to play Pokemon Go, doesn't play anymore, so they have given me their details, so I can actually trade with their old Pokemon, and he had Pokemons from Poland or something, so I just go and do that. But I didn't need to use that for Stunfisk, but I am using it for Galvantula, because I don't know if you notice, my Galvantula is only level 46.5 or 47. I still need about 131 XL candies, and Joltix are not spawning because of the events. So hopefully when the Joltix spawns, I should be able to do it. Anyways, I hope you like this kind of content. If you do, please do subscribe, because I would like to hit the 100 subscribe goal if that's possible. And if you like my content, please comment and like. Anyway, hopefully Ultra League is treating you well. It's been a roller coaster journey for me, but I've been enjoying using Stunfisk. Cool, thanks, bye.